Welcome back. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of United States coin collecting. In this video, we will explore the most valuable top 3 Washington quarter dollars and Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel coins. These coins are not just currency, but pieces of history that have captured the attention of collectors worldwide due to their rarity, unique features, and the intriguing stories behind them. We will examine coins with different mint marks and in various conditions, exploring their historical significance, distinctive characteristics, and current market value in dollars. If you are a collector or someone fascinated by rare coins, this video will provide insight and valuable tips to enhance your collection. So let's get started. First up, the United States Washington quarter $1,995 with P mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but when it appears in an unusual brown or rusty color shade, many collectors and viewers start asking an important question. Could this be rare? Could this be valuable? And could this damaged-looking quarter actually be worth big money in today's auction market? We will explore the full story behind the 1995 P Washington quarter, its history, its design features, why some examples turn brown or rusty in appearance, how collectors judge rarity and condition, and what kind of dollar value you can realistically expect in today's coin market. The Washington quarter dollar is one of the most iconic coins in United States history. It was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue, the design was so popular that it became a permanent part of U.S. coinage. By 1995, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for more than 6 decades and was widely used in everyday transactions across the country. The 1995 Washington quarter with the P mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This mint mark indicates that the coin was produced in Philadelphia, which by the 1990s was producing massive quantities of circulating coinage. In 1995, hundreds of millions of quarters were minted to meet daily commerce demand. These coins were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition plays an important role in the color changes we sometimes see today. The obverse of the 1995 P Washington quarter features the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty appears prominently at the top, while In God We Trust is placed to the left of Washington's profile. The year 1995 is displayed at the bottom, and just to the right of Washington's ponytail, you will find the small P mint mark, identifying the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse of the coin shows a proud American eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. Olive branches beneath the eagle represent peace. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollars surround the design, with E pluribus unum placed above the eagle. What makes some 1995 quarters especially eye-catching is the unusual brown or rusty color shade that appears over time. Although U.S. quarters are not made of iron and cannot technically rust, environmental exposure can cause oxidation of the copper core. When the outer copper-nickel layer becomes thin, damaged, or compromised, moisture and chemicals can react with the copper underneath, producing brown, dark red, or rusty-looking surfaces. This effect is often caused by burial, exposure to soil, water, chemicals, or long-term neglect. In general, the 1995 P Washington quarter is not rare in standard circulated condition. Millions were produced, and many still exist today. However, collector interest changes dramatically depending on condition and appearance. Coins in pristine mint state condition with full luster, no wear, and sharp details are highly desirable to collectors building date and mint mark sets. Brown or rusty-colored quarters fall into a special category. To most traditional collectors, heavy environmental damage reduces value because it alters the original surface of the coin. However, there is a niche group of collectors who actively seek unusual error coins, off-metal reactions, and dramatic environmental toning. If the brown coloration is natural, evenly distributed, and visually appealing, some collectors consider it an interesting conversation piece rather than damage. The key factor is whether the coin is simply environmentally damaged or whether it represents a legitimate mint error or unusual metal exposure. Coins that show peeling layers, exposed copper cores, or dramatic color contrast may attract attention, especially if authenticated by a professional grading service. In rare cases, quarters with extreme and visually striking copper exposure have sold for surprising amounts, especially when marketed properly in online auctions. When it comes to value, honesty and realism are important. A normal circulated 1995 P Washington quarter in average condition is typically worth $365,000. In uncirculated mint state condition, Values usually range from $575,000, depending on grade. For brown or rusty-looking examples, the value varies widely. If the coin is heavily damaged with corrosion and rough surfaces, most dealers will still value it at face value or slightly above. However, if the coin shows dramatic copper exposure, layered peeling, or unique coloration that clearly stands out, it may sell in the range of $656,000 to the right collector. In rare cases, certified error or extreme environmental reaction quarters have sold for $1 million or more at online auctions. But these are exceptions rather than the rule. The auction market is driven by demand, presentation, and timing. A well-photographed coin with an honest description can perform much better than expected, especially if collectors are actively searching for unusual examples. If you find a 1995 Washington quarter with a brown or rusty appearance, the first step is to avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can permanently destroy any collectible value and remove evidence that collectors look for. Carefully examine the coin under good lighting and magnification to see if the copper core is exposed or if the coloration is surface level. Storing the coin properly is also important. Keep it in a dry, protective holder to prevent further environmental damage. If you believe the coin may be in error or something unusual, consider submitting it to a reputable grading and authentication service. Certification can dramatically increase buyer confidence and market interest. When selling, research completed auction listings rather than asking prices. This gives a realistic picture of what similar coins are actually selling for. Patience is key, as the right buyer may take time to find your listing. The United States Washington quarter $1,995 with P mint mark may seem like an ordinary coin, but in a brown or rusty color shade it becomes a fascinating subject of discussion among collectors. While most examples are rare in the traditional sense, unusual environmental effects and copper exposure can make certain pieces stand out in today's auction market. Understanding the coin's history, composition, condition, and realistic value expectations is essential for both new and experienced collectors. Always remember that knowledge is your most valuable tool in coin collecting, and even a simple quarter from your pocket change can tell a powerful story and sometimes surprise you with its hidden value. Next up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1964 without a mint mark. While at first glance it may appear as just another everyday nickel, for collectors it holds a special place due to its history, unique design features, and the potential value it can command on the auction market today. We will explore the history and background of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, examine its distinctive features, discuss its rarity and demand among collectors, provide insight into its current market value in dollars, offer practical tips for those looking to add it to their collection, and wrap up with a conclusion on why this coin is a must-watch for numismatists. The Jefferson nickel first entered circulation in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a depiction of his famous Monticello home on the reverse. The 1964 Jefferson nickel belongs to the post-war era, a period marked by significant changes in the United States economy and coin production. During this year, the coin was minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, though coins without a mint mark, like the one we are focusing on today, were produced in Philadelphia. This nickel carries historical significance as it represents the era just before the Coinage Act of 1965, which eliminated silver from dimes and quarters and introduced changes in metal composition across several denominations. While the Jefferson nickel was never intended to be a high-value coin, its combination of age, circulation, and collectible appeal has elevated it to a sought-after piece in modern numismatics. The 1964 Jefferson nickel, especially the one without a mint mark, has several unique characteristics that collectors pay close attention to. On the obverse side, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1964. The reverse displays a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, along with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum," Monticello, and United States of America. Coins from this era were struck on a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving them a distinctive weight and color. While circulated coins may show signs of wear, scratches, or slight fading of design details, a coin in fine condition still retains a noticeable amount of detail, particularly on Jefferson's face and Monticello's architectural lines. Collectors also appreciate the subtle differences in strike quality and relief that can occur across different dies, making each coin unique in its own right. The 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is generally not considered extremely rare in absolute numbers, as millions were produced. However, finding one in good circulated condition is increasingly challenging, particularly with a pleasing eye appeal and minimal damage. Fine condition, in numismatic terms, indicates that the coin shows moderate wear on the higher points of the design, but still preserves clear and recognizable details. Coins that are free of major scratches, corrosion, or cleaning marks are especially desirable. Collector demand for this specific coin remains strong because it represents a transitional period in U.S. coinage history and is often sought by those completing Jefferson nickel sets or by investors looking for historical coins with potential market appreciation. The combination of age, historical relevance, and condition makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel a coin that continues to attract interest at auctions and private sales. As of today, the market value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in circulated fine condition varies based on the coin's eye appeal and exact wear. Typically, such coins can range between $785,000 in standard circulation grade. However, coins that exhibit above-average preservation, strong details, and attractive toning can command higher prices, sometimes reaching $950,000 or more in certain collector markets or at auction. It is important to note that while these numbers may not seem high compared to rarer coins, the Jefferson nickel's value is largely tied to condition and collectability rather than scarcity alone. For collectors, acquiring this coin at a fair market price can be an excellent step toward building a comprehensive Jefferson nickel collection, particularly when seeking coins from the pre-1965 era. For those looking to add a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark to their collection, careful attention to condition and authenticity is essential. Examine the coin for even wear and avoid those with cleaning marks, corrosion, or damage. Collectors often prefer coins with a natural patina and clear design details, as these factors contribute to both aesthetic and market value. It is also helpful to consult updated price guides, auction results, and professional grading services to understand the true value of a coin. When purchasing from dealers or auctions, always verify provenance and avoid impulsive buys based solely on appearance. For beginner collectors, acquiring multiple circulated coins can be a cost-effective way to learn grading and assessment skills, while serious collectors may prioritize only the finest available examples. The 1964 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in circulated fine condition may seem modest at first glance, but it carries a wealth of historical significance, unique design features, and collector appeal. Its connection to Thomas Jefferson, the Monticello estate, and the transitional era of U.S. coinage makes it more than just a small piece of metal. It is a tangible piece of history. For collectors, understanding the coin's rarity, evaluating its condition, and knowing its market value are essential steps toward making informed acquisitions. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner exploring Jefferson nickels, this 1964 coin is a noteworthy addition that embodies the enduring charm and collectible potential of United States coinage. Next up, the 2014 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. While it may seem like a relatively recent coin, this nickel has captured the attention of collectors due to its unique features, minting history, and the value it can hold in today's market. In this video, we will uncover the history behind this coin, examine its design and distinctive characteristics, analyze its rarity and collector demand, explore its current market value in dollars, and share some expert tips for anyone looking to add this coin to their collection. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this video will give you a comprehensive look at why the 2014 D Jefferson nickel is worth keeping an eye on. The Jefferson nickel has a rich history that dates back to 1938, when it was first introduced to replace the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse initially showcased his home, Monticello, located in Virginia. Over the decades, the design has seen subtle updates, but the Monticello reverse has remained a hallmark of this coin series. The 2014 D Jefferson nickel belongs to the modern era of Jefferson nickels minted by the United States Mint. The D mint mark indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the U.S. This nickel was released as part of the regular circulation series, but coins from this year, especially those in fine condition, have garnered collector interest due to a combination of factors including limited circulation of high-grade specimens and the historical continuity of the Jefferson nickel design. The 2014 D Jefferson nickel may appear similar to many other nickels in everyday circulation, but there are several features that make it noteworthy to collectors. On the obverse, the coin displays a portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 2014 clearly marked. The D Mint mark, located to the right of Jefferson's bust, identifies it as a Denver Mint production. On the reverse, the coin features Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, depicted with precise architectural detail. The design includes the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum," Monticello, and 5 cents, signifying the denomination. What makes this coin unique is the subtle detailing of Monticello's dome and the clean lines that are characteristic of modern minting techniques, which are appreciated by collectors who focus on the quality and artistry of the coin. Additionally, the 2014 Jefferson nickel is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, giving it the classic silvery appearance that collectors are familiar with. While the 2014 D Jefferson nickel was produced in significant numbers for circulation, coins in fine condition, or better, have become increasingly sought after by collectors. A coin in fine condition shows some signs of wear, but retains its essential details and overall appeal. Collectors often value coins that maintain a strong strike and minimal surface blemishes, even if they have been in circulation. The rarity of this coin in collectible grades is not about scarcity in absolute numbers, but rather about the availability of well-preserved specimens. As coins circulate, the majority accumulate scratches, wear, and other damage, so finding a 2014 D nickel that maintains its fine condition is comparatively uncommon. This makes it desirable for collectors who aim to maintain a comprehensive Jefferson nickel collection, including representative coins from every year and mint mark. In today's market, the value of a 2014 D Jefferson nickel in fine condition generally exceeds its face value of 5 cents, with collectors willing to pay a premium for coins in good collectible grades. Depending on the specific condition, whether fine, very fine, or even uncirculated, this nickel can range from $557,000 to higher amounts in certain coin dealer and auction markets. While it is considered an extremely rare or high-value coin, like some older Jefferson nickels from the 1930s or 1940s, the 2014 D is steadily gaining recognition among collectors who focus on modern circulation strikes. Market trends indicate that coins with minimal wear and strong eye appeal are consistently in demand, especially for those building typesets or completing year-by-year collections. For collectors interested in acquiring the 2014 D Jefferson nickel, it is important to examine coins carefully before purchase. Look for coins with sharp details on both the obverse and reverse, avoiding those with heavy scratches, discoloration, or corrosion. Handling coins with gloves or holding them by the edges will help preserve their condition. It is also wise to consult reputable dealers or auction listings to get a sense of fair market value and ensure authenticity. For long-term value, consider storing the coins in protective holders or albums designed for modern circulation coins to prevent environmental damage and maintain their collector appeal. The 2014 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is a fascinating example of modern U.S. coinage that combines historical significance, intricate design, and collector appeal. While it may not carry the legendary value of older rare nickels, its importance in completing a Jefferson nickel collection, coupled with its attractive design and preserved condition, makes it a coin worth paying attention to. Whether you are a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, the 2014 D nickel serves as a reminder that even modern coins can hold value and capture interest in the numismatic world. By understanding its history, appreciating its design, and taking care in acquiring and storing it, collectors can enjoy both the aesthetic and financial rewards of this remarkable coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rare and valuable U.S. coins worth big money, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin collectors. Keep checking your change, because your next valuable coin could already be in your pocket. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.